Access Sacramento presents Home Sports Game of the Week. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community. Folsom Lake Honda.
Welcome to Sacramento High School Dave Hotel Pavilion for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week, and the Lady Dragons of Sacramento tonight entertaining from Las Vegas the Centennial Bulldogs. Now for our national anthem. Outstanding a cappella rendition of our Star-Spangled Banner. Welcome aboard. Along with Lauren Goodman, I'm Will James, and we have a treat for you tonight. This non-league contest pits Centennial of Las Vegas, the number 5 team in the nation, against the host team, the Sacramento Dragons. Lauren, a return matchup from a year ago.
Tonight is going to be a lot of high-flying speed and great tempo. These two teams know each other. They've been playing each other for a while, and they are going to be no short of excitement.
Crowd still coming into Hotel Pavilion, and they're in store for a treat. Let's take a look now at our starting lineups in tonight's contest here at Sacramento High School. For the visiting Centennial Bulldogs at 16-1 under head coach Karen White. At the guard positions, Melanie Isbell and highly regarded sophomore Taylor Bigby, and a 3-forward alignment of Jade Thomas, Deja Phillips, Ebony Walker. Phillips and Walker were dynamite last year in their win over the Dragons. And for Michelle Massari's ball club coming in with a 3-guard alignment, Rebecca Brown, newcomer Heaven Samoya Mathis, along with the steady Ryan Walters, and working in the front court wing, Andriana Avent, along with post Murray Gomez. Our game officials are going to have to stretch it out tonight. I think the pace is going to be accelerated, and this tandem of referee Reggie Higashi and umpire Roger Tafoya will have to be on the move. So we are ready to rock. Sac High in their home whites trimmed in purple, and the visiting Bulldogs in their navy and Columbia blue. Tapped by Jade Thomas, and Bulldogs with first possession, a tap away and a turnover. Nice hands, scrappy defense.
Walters already being active and doing what she does best.
Off the fingertips of Avent, sack turnover, so each club exchanges a mistake. Basketball to Centennial, and we see Sac lining up with some pressure.
Sac coming with the extended pressure, trying to push the pace or make Centennial play faster.
Outside shot, air ball long, one and done. That's what Coach Massari was hoping for on that miss by the Jade Thomas.
That was very good for the Dragons. They need to be one and done all night. Keep Centennial's options limited.
We're just underway and happy to have you with us for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
And we're seeing patience from Walter and the Dragons executing right now.
Avent, stop and go, force and a tap away, and it's a charge and a foul on Avent. First foul of the ball game belongs to Sac High senior.
That should be an interesting matchup tonight. Ebony Walker guarding the longer wing of Avent.
Isbell, a veteran, not rattled by the pressure. They break it. The runner trickles home nicely. Bigby, the sophomore, gets the Bulldogs on the board. 2-0 Centennial. Poor pass from the point by Walters. Out of bounds, sack turnover.
Coach Massari on that sideline right now, active, trying to get her team to take care of the basketball, but now it's on the defensive end and they got to get it back.
Again, the Bulldogs break the pressure rather easily. Take it strong, a layup, down, back to back. Taylor Bigby, the sophomore, 4-0 Centennial. No look pass, out of bounds from Avent, intended for Mathis. Time out, Sac for 30 seconds.
In this timeout right now, Coach Michelle is trying to get her group settled down, but on the other end, 2 easy left-hand layups. Don't know if she's a lefty, but those are smooth layups by Bigby, getting the easy bucket, and then nobody stopping her here, and she just goes easy to the rim for the left-hand layup.
No defense to be seen despite the full court pressure that was deployed. The middle of the floor was wide open, and the sophomore took big advantage of it.
Well, those 2 buckets were very easy, so Sac High's going to have to come back on the other end, take away those middle drives, force them to the baseline where they're stronger on the help side.
So they keep the press on. Isbell inbounds there to Jade Thomas. Back to Thomas from Isbell. High post, feed low, easy layup cashed in, sweet by Ebony Walker on the feed from Phillips. Quickly, 6-0. Whistle on the drive as Walters was brushed.
And Walters was able to create that contact because she's so shifty and can create space, and then she got the little bump on the back end.
Non-shooting foul. Avent along the baseline, misses the runner. Battle for the rebound, yanked down by Phillips. 1-on-2, take it right down the slot, bank it home. Nullify the bucket, they're gonna call a charge.
Walters right on time. She's gonna have to be patient a little bit longer. I think she kind of fell a little early, and they weren't anticipating it. As we see the charge here, Phillips is pushing. Good job. Way to take there and sacrifice your body, as they say.
6-0 Centennial. We've played 2 minutes, so fasten your seatbelts. This one's gonna be high drama all night long. Walters really being badgered almost an over and back. Boy, they are on her like a rash. They know her ability level.
Now this is interesting right here as Centennial takes it away and trying to gather. But they played man-to-man all game last year, and they're going out again playing man-to-man.
Wheel and deal after the turnover. Some shaky ball handling. Isbell tracks down the pass, and they reload.
Things are kind of helter-skelter as Walters takes that away.
At the other end, Avent banks it home. Credit Walters with the possession on that steal. So it takes nearly 3 minutes to get on the board for Sac, and at the other end, the Bulldogs force the issue. and Murray commits the foul.
And Avant just leaking out right there. Good finish with the right hand.
So Gomez with the foul.
And you see the Centennial staff right now talking to Bigsby. She's actually guarding Walters right now. And this is a key matchup that you guys want to watch because Bigsby is one of the top sophomores in the country, very long and athletic. And then Walters, going to Santa Barbara, is one of the top guards in our city.
Isbell drops number 1. It's 7-2. A veteran guard, Isbell, had a good ball game against the Dragons a year ago, as did their entire lineup. She had 15 points and drops 2 free throws. 8-2. Now here's some extended pressure by the Bulldogs.
And now the Bulldogs play man-to-man. They do not get out of it. They play up full court, 94 feet, and extended. As you see Isbell pressuring the ball.
A tap away nearly, but regained. And a steal taken away beautifully by Bigby. 2-on-2, a layup, down! 3 left-handed layups by sophomore sensation Taylor Bigby, and she'll be at the line and try to complete a 3-point play.
Now this kid right here, Isbell, good defense and pressuring the ball, creating that steal, allowing Walker to get in here, and that was just good team defense, being in help at the right time. Bigby takes it all the way to the rim with the contact and get the left-hand layup.
5 early turnovers by the Dragons as they're in the midst of a full timeout here, trailing 10-2. And so far, the raves and the press clippings about sophomore Taylor Bigby have all been legit.
And I can tell why. The length, the extension, the athleticism, and we're going to see right here she's actually a lefty, but the ability to finish on both sides gives her an advantage over defenders, and she's looking pretty good right now in the start for Centennial.
Well, what a welcome addition. I'm sure Centennial head coach Karen White is very, very pleased to have this sophomore in her rotation and starting lineup to complement the rest of those returning veterans.
And it gives them flush height as you see them walking onto the court right now. They're all about the same height in that 5'9", 5'10" range, and then they only have the short, feisty Isbell coming down, running the point guard for them. So that gives them an advantage in any aspect of the game.
So at the stripe, sophomore Taylor Bigby trying to complete a 3-point play, and does.
And she shot that with her right, so those first 3 baskets were with the left-hand finish.
That's correct. Very, very skilled sophomore. Here's Walters up the floor. Avant backs up and fires and clunks a 3-ball attempt. A brush, but no call as Walker rebounds and sends it ahead. Wow, another bucket for Taylor Bigby.
With the left. Now I'm worried about the Dragons as Walker picks up her second foul right there guarding Avant. But for the Dragons right now.
So baseball up the floor. Walters, who's got the cherry picker, stripped away from Avant. Good hands there by Deja Phillips.
Phillips recovered very well as you see Coach White's leading her team, trying to direct them. They are playing phenomenal defense right now for the first start. Collectively together, they've been one unit.
In case you've just joined us, we're nearing midway first here at the Sac High Pavilion, Dave Hotel Pavilion, visiting Centennial of Las Vegas on top. Gomez, a short J, pops out. Rebound yanked and run by Walker up the floor. Returning veteran, one of their top scorers.
And you see the Dragons with the extended pressure past the three-point line.
Boy, Bigby sneaks inside and leaves the layup short, but had the opening on the drive. Stolen away, and Phillips banks it in after the steal by Walker.
Well, Will, from me right now, the Dragons need to find a way to get Walters a bucket. There's no way right now. We're almost halfway done with the first quarter, and she hasn't taken a shot.
A very similar start from 2 nights ago when the Dragons were visiting Christian Brothers. It took a long time for Walters to get a touch. And then her flurry near the end of the first half and into the early third quarter is what helped get them on top.
And I anticipate a spark out of her as well because she hasn't even gotten to warm up. She hasn't gotten a shot. She's played tremendous defense, but she has to get the ball. She has to score for them. When they are playing good, Walters is scoring.
Sanaya Moore drops the first free throw and misses the second after that foul by Phillips. 2 of them. Here we go. Feed inside. They missed the layup and nearly a tie-up. Gomez, the basketball's kicked and they're going to whistle that and allow possession to the Dragons. So into the ball game for Centennial, number 12, Aisha Brown, a veteran, returning from last year's club. And also Asia Pumipot, a sometime starter, a little mini guard at the point. Gomez, another miss from short range. Nice rebound there by Mathis. 15-3, Centennial breaking out early. We're on the flip side of quarter number 1, 3:15 to go in the first. Baseline J uncontested, a miss. Walters down.
And there she is, doing whatever it takes to get them on the board, and she got that offensive rebound with the finish.
So cautiously at the point, Isbell running the show, drives to an open space and has the layup. Melanie Isbell. And here's a steal at the other end and a foul as Jade Thomas is knocked down.
That little bit of fake. And here we'll see the replay. Isbell, that little fake at the end. She drives hard to the basket, gives her the fake and go, and then finishes with her left hand.
Non-shooting foul on Covarrubias into the ball game. She wears 25. Down the slot, a miss, but a foul on the drive.
And she's controlling the show again. Sakai switched to man-to-man. They did a 4 flat, and she just went on ISO.
Very steady performer at the point, Melanie Isbell. Drops the first free throw.
And the Dragons have already called 2 timeouts, Will, so they may play this next 2:30 out. But they're going to have to find a way to get some offensive buckets and get some stops. They need to go on a run. It has to start with 3 defensive stops and 3 consecutive buckets. They have to take these free throws and turn it into some type of offense to create the run.
Second of 2 is money. 19-5 as Isbell has 4 free throws and a bucket for 6 in the first. Baseball down the slot, they beat the press. And Mathis has her layup slapped out of there, but it's going to be a foul called against Centennial's Aisha Brown.
And to take good contact and just going confident, we're in a dilemma right now because Walters is taking the ball out. She's obviously their best passer, their best inbounder, and once you get it in, you can swing it right back to her. They're beating the press pretty decent right now, which is allowing them to give it to players that wouldn't normally score around that area.
1 out of 2 for Durlantis. 19-6 inside, pops out on a short one from Brown. 1 and done, and that was a key point. Coach Masari wanted some defensive rebounding. Outside Jay on the way, drained. A deep 3 taken out there by Mathis. More double team pressure, but they beat the press. A foul, it's a charge against Brown.
Walters again, right time, right place, getting that charge on the baseline in.
correction, the foul's on Puma Pot, and that's her first. 16 fouls on Centennial, 5 on Sac. Up the floor, Avent forces the issue, doesn't get the roll, tapped out long, on the run rebound. Centennial, 1-on-3 drive. Another charge, this time called against Quinese Hatcher, and that is foul number 7.
And that's 3 charges she's taken. This is the type of sacrifice we're talking about, young players. She is putting in the work to do whatever it takes for her team.
Baseball up the floor. Walters trying to throw home run derby here, but it's out of bounds for turnover number 7 for the Dragons here.
And I wish they would have had that play back because they're thinking smarter now. They understand that Centennial is only in a man-to-man full court extension. So once you get those opportunities, maybe the long deep ball, or you get an opportunity to clear it out, they need to be aggressive.
Inbound under the Centennial bucket. Turn and drive. Phillips defensed out nicely there. And here's a scramble. Bulldogs come up with it, but it's stolen away. Taken away there from Bigby.
And that was a good start to their run as they needed to stop, but then Bigby gets a steal on the other end.
Took her right back. Here she comes. And a third consecutive charge.
3 in a row, 4 for the night, only in the first quarter.
There's a good shot of the crowd here at Sac High. And another look. Walters doing a lean back, taking the charge. And a timeout on the floor here. It's just a 30. And you can see here at midcourt to the left of that Centennial huddle, head coach Karen White's really giving an earful to both of our officials. There you see, she's upset about these charging calls.
And coach is upset because she's on the other end of it. It's not going her way, but they are charges. They are not stopping and popping or getting a little floater, which you saw in the huddle prior to showing coach going irate right now. Assistant coach is talking to her team about pulling up and shooting the short floater. They are taking the contact, and they're giving it to Walters because she's making the sacrifice at this point.
So inbound from the baseline after the player control foul. Up the floor, Samoya Mathis. Here's Walters now. She's the prime target defensively for the Bulldogs. Break up on the run. Phillips after it, takes it strong. Blocked clean. Out of bounds, however, to Centennial.
That's 2 blocks for Samoya Mathis, and she is doing the intangibles. Right now, Sac is giving the extra effort, but they need to convert it into some points and stop turning the ball over.
It'll be a baseline inbound coming from Quinese Hatcher of Centennial. Lob to Phillips, inside, a miss. Rebounded by Walker, who's decked. That was a fabulous offensive rebound.
And right now, Sac High is making a heart and a toughness matchup. They have Walters on Walker. That just shows you how tough the kid is.
Fouls on Walters, but they steal it away. Loose ball on the floor. Jay on the way. Down! Avent shakes a fist, finally gets into the scoring column.
And Avent needed that one right now as you see the crowd going bananas.
Isbell drive it, saw the opening miss. Walker all over the glass. It goes to Phillips, who kisses it off the glass and draws a foul.
And Phillips was intense on that one with the and one after. And you see, this is something Centennial is really good at. Walker explodes and just creates a contact and tip. They get an offensive rebound, and Walters finishes it with the left.
Substitution Bulldogs. Hatcher takes a seat.
And we haven't really seen an offensive burst from Ebony Walker yet, but Phillips is doing a phenomenal job with maintaining the tempo and keeping the energy on the low post side.
3-point play. That makes it 22-12. One-on-one pressure. Pumapot defending Walters.
And I hope we're seeing a clear out right now for Walters to create, because that's when she's special.
Rebecca Brown. Drive stolen away. Oh my goodness, Jade Thomas just inhaled that ball.
And that was a frustration foul, Will. Not going your way. I haven't seen a shot from her yet in this quarter. So that was her first opportunity to put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. And just frustration on that second part where you get your shot blocking foul.
8th team foul, so one-on-one, bonus free throwing now for both clubs. And here's Centennial at the stripe. Free throw is money.
And Coach White's rotation, just there's no fall off. Pretty good team, and they keep it solid as you see Jade Thomas finishing on the two-piece.
Pair of free throws for Jade, her first points. Up the floor, jump shot blocked on the Rebecca Brown 3-ball attempt.
And those are the tricky ones, Will. Transition threes kind of still get under my skin as a coach. I know that's probably not what Coach Masari wants right now, and they could have got a better opportunity as they're going to get to execute right now.
5.8 seconds left here in the first. Walters inbounds. The runner down. Beautifully done by Sanaya Moore. And we have played one at the end of 8 minutes. Visiting Centennial up 10, 24-14. And as they did not do a year ago, Centennial comes out fast in the first quarter. A year ago, they trailed by 1 in the first.
They came out very aggressive, Will. That's what I saw in that first quarter. Centennial playing on all cylinders. Coach White is in them right now as you see her on the whiteboard giving the business, because they have to be in tune. When you're a top team, the expectation from the coach is way higher than probably what we expect.
It's been an up-tempo pace here in the first, and that was what Sac High head coach Michelle Masari was certainly trying to generate, and it was up-tempo all right.
It was up-tempo, but it wasn't what she probably expected. She needed it to be cleaner. She wants them to play sharp. They're playing fast, which is impacting the game for Centennial. But it wasn't smart and it wasn't clean. So in this second quarter, they can come out and make a run. Game's not out of control. They just have to control the basketball. Too many loosey-goosey plays, which is going towards Centennial.
Sac High, 8 turnovers in the first quarter. Centennial, 8 for 8 free throwing in the first.
And that was almost a turnover on the inbounds.
They'll try it again, this time with Sanaya Moore to inbound. Lob, well defended and picked off on the run. Pumapot, a runner short, 1 and done. Rebound taken down by Moore. On the point, Sac High, with just 14 in the first quarter, has trailed from the outset as much as 10-2. Fast break, transition play, a missed layup by Jade Thomas.
Good hustle by Brown, coming on the backside and getting the tip on that shot. And there has to be better screens, Will. Centennial still in that man-to-man. And those screens, they're trying to run screens on Sac High's side, but they're not setting good screens, which is not allowing their teammates to get open.
Nice rebounding battle there by Walker of Centennial and Durlantis of Sac High. Alternating possession, gives it to the Bulldogs. We're calling it a Sac High turnover, number 10. Isbell running the show at the point. Oh, here's a blow-by. And a reset. Dragons have turned up the heat on their perimeter defense. The runner missed. by Thomas. Loose ball handling and a bump, and Walker's going to be called for her second foul. So for Centennial, they're creeping into foul trouble here. 2 fouls each for Thomas, Phillips, Walker, and Bigby.
And this is where Sac-High can get right back in the game. Clock is stopped. They're in the bonus. Next foul, they're in the double bonus. So they got free throws coming out for the rest of this quarter. Be patient and take care of the basketball. But as well, make sure you don't airball free throws, because this is a chance where you can get back in the game. She's got to regroup.
Jaden Mallory with the free throw miss. Dragons could have used a couple of free throws there. So Jade Thomas back to Isbell. We played 90 seconds here in the second quarter. It's been all Centennial from the jump. Isbell a kick out. Jade Thomas down. 3 ball from the lefty.
Good catch and shoot for Centennial. Now they're right back on the prowl in that man-to-man defense.
Power drive by Avent. Backs out, takes it inside and shoots an air ball. Isbell scraps. Walker's got it.
And I was thinking Avent was trying to be aggressive on that last play because Walker has the fouls, but Walker played pretty good defense.
Isbell trapped, but she feeds the post. Phillips, sweet post move inside and draws the foul.
It was a very sweet post move. She was going to the up and under. She created the contact by putting it on the floor to the middle and then coming back to the right.
Durlantis picks up her first foul. Phillips the free throw. Substitutions for both teams.
And they rotate almost perfectly. You can tell Coach Weiss has a system to this. She gets her girls in, they get a good production amount of minutes, and then she's right into new fresh legs that can come up and still meet her expectation.
Phillips, pair of free throws. 29-14, back to a 15-point cushion for the visitors. Some extended one-on-one pressure. Walters handles it, drives on Bigby. Avent fires a 3, a miss, and she's fouled at 3-point range by Deja Phillips, her third foul.
Avent has a clear height advantage, which makes it very beneficial when she creates that space. Didn't let the shooter come down, and now she's on the free throw line.
Here's Coach White, not happy with that foul at 3-point range, and after this free throw, it looks like Walker's going to come in for Phillips. Free throw good. Take a look at the defensive effort applied by Phillips. Didn't see it exactly. Number 2 free throw, also good. So Avent's in for 5, but just 1 for 6 from the floor. And free throw number 3 upcoming. 2 out of 3. They beat the press. Bigby from Walker, a breakup and a steal. Walters down.
Walters getting out, playing fast, playing defense, creating that steal, and then getting the easy bucket.
29-18, Sac-High sticking around. Nice jump by Isbell to shag that high pass. Near breakup. Inside, easy money for Walker.
And after a few times off the shot clock on that one, that was created because Sac-High switched to the 3-2, which may be smart right now. Good adjustment by Coach Masari, switching the defense up, but then Centennial was still successful on the low post bucket.
Substitutions for Sac. Gomez back in at the post for the Dragons, and still the sophomore Bigby guarding Walters. That was a desperation move that I remember from my grade school days. Throw it off the opponent's leg.
Good heads up by Walter. Way to be aware of what the count was on the referees. Sac High has to do better at setting screens right now. They're in a man press. Set good screens and people will get open.
Extended pressure. Walters now blows past Big B and trips and falls, foul. And Coach White beside herself right now. I don't know whether it's disdain for her players, lack of discipline, or the officials' calls, but Walters at the stripe.
Combination of both. Maybe looked like Walters fell first, but I think the trip created the fall. But again, you have to be disciplined when you're playing a player as good as she is.
No good on number one. Double bonus free throwing for the Bulldogs for another 4:40 here in the half. 10 team fouls on the Bulldogs. And Coach White not very happy about that. Back in, Jade Thomas replacing foul-ridden Taylor Bigby. 3 fouls each on Bigby and Phillips. No good on number 2 as Walters uncharacteristically misses a pair.
That's not like her, so I wonder if her efforts on defense is creating some fatigue.
Left undefended, easy backside layup cashed by Jade Thomas.
And Coach Masari is not happy about that easy bucket as she's trying to lead her group in this press break. They have to conquer this press break to be successful.
Turnover gives the ball back to the Bulldogs. Here's Walker in the post, one-on-one, a miss. Vicious rebound yanked by Walters. Here she comes, pushing, dishing. A spin move, and the travel and a turnover.
Just a little bit of patience from Gomez, probably would have made some success there. I'm not surprised, but I am very proud of how Walters is guarding Walker. She's very undersized compared to what Walker brings and how big she is and how strong she is on the low post, but Walters is doing a pretty good job of defending her and making sure she's getting those second chance opportunities.
Walters feeds inside. It's broken up and stolen away. Taken away from Brown by Walters.
And Walters right now needs to create in the open space.
Short on the 3 by Avent. 1 for 8 from the field.
And spacing right now can create a good opportunity as they turn it over.
Isbell, quick hands, sent it ahead. Brown fouled on the drive.
Brown heads to the line and try for 2.
Sanaya Moore committed the foul. Here it is.
And just a size advantage. She's right under, clips the arm on the other side, and now she's at the free throw line.
Substitution sack. Mathis back in. And number 2 free throw upcoming for Brown. Got them both. Their free throwing has been spectacular. 35-18. Air ball jumper missed by Rebecca Brown. Tapped away. Look at Isbell scrap that. It's a held ball. Possession to Sac, but that's the type of aggressive play I think Coach Masari is looking for from her ball club.
And there's a certain type of toughness in this Centennial team that you can tell in how they play defense and how they operate. They are a very tough group.
Walters to inbound. I wonder why. And a 5-second tie-up. Nobody shook loose. Nobody came to the ball.
And Will, I don't know if Walters is the only one that can take the ball out. As you see Coach Weiss right now getting the offense in with the whistle.
Isbell cautiously calls a play from the backcourt. Now drives in. Right down the slot. Layup missed on the underhand flip. 1 and done. Rebound there, grabbed by Samaya Mathis. Here comes Walters, full speed, tough angle, down!
doing what she does best, creating in the open space.
35-20, the layup pulls the Dragons within 15. Isbell high off the glass. Here's Walker, fouled on the follow-up.
And there's a lot of confidence in Isbell right now because she's getting a 4 flat ISO. But you see on the other end, Walters, she had the open space, and we would have saw the beginning of it, to create and then get to that strong hand and then finish under the rim.
Ebony Walker misses number 1. And that, folks, is the first free throw miss by Centennial after 11 in a row. Correction, 12 in a row. 1 out of 2. Substitution. Gomez in, Rainwater out. Extended pressure applied by the Bulldog guards.
And this is the matchup we want. We want to see Isbell's toughness and her defense against Walter's craftiness.
Walter's craftiness and a good forearm. No weak side help, but she leaves the layup short. Rebound pulled by Brown. Centennial transition. The trailers, Isbell.
Those feet got a little shifty and the kind of carrying that ball. Isbell might want to tighten it up right now.
Feed the corner, feed the post. Brown, a whirling hook is down.
Centennial, a lot of patience on that last possession as Coach Masari calls an immediate full timeout.
Be a full minute timeout.
Let's take another look at the Aisha Brown hook on the nice entry pass here.
And Centennial takes patience. As soon as Walters goes away and jumps, Isabel hits the next man, and then they dump it down into the post. They are consciously looking for their forwards.
38-20. Centennial jumped out to an early 15-2 lead, and they have maintained, for the most part, a double-digit lead. Now it's mushroomed into a bit more than that, as they're very explosive. Again, this ball club from Las Vegas is number 1 in the state of Nevada, number 5 in the country.
And you can tell why. You can tell why. They play very well together. They have a sense of chemistry that good teams have on that type of level, but as well as they're playing on a higher level, a higher speed, and you see it right now in the game.
So Sac High has the rock. Walters will inbound, defended by Isbell at the baseline into Avent. 2-minute mark, late second. Walker badgering Avent. Screen from Gomez. He drives and forces up a tough shot. It's missed. And here come the Bulldogs. Brown in the key, has it tapped away and wrestled away by Walters. Whistle and a foul.
And Walters truly finds every way to leave it just out there on the floor. You see her, just a tough emotion, tough kid, and she's getting it done on the defensive end. Not a lot of shots or attempts for her right now, but she's standing out defensively for the Dragons.
Second foul on Aisha Brown, and it sends Walters to the stripe to shoot a double bonus. She missed a pair up there a short time ago, but drops number 1. Sanaya Moore on the floor for Sac, number 10. Second free throw, Walters also good.
And that's what they needed to do. They've been in the double bonus for a while, but they haven't been able to capitalize on free throws when the clock isn't going.
Minute and a half left in the half. 38-22, Centennial. Walker working on Walters. Right down Broadway.
Nice take inside by Walker.
That was too easy. Full speed the other way. Avent attacking and draws a foul.
And Walker, a talented player, just getting her a right-left combo down at the middle, and then she just comes straight down the pipe to the right.
Avent drops the free throw. Foul was on Jade Thomas. New Mexico bound Andriana Avent at the stripe. 1 out of 2. Brown rebounds for Centennial. 40-23. Hatcher working with the rock, drives it, loses it, has a shot blocked. Follow up, Brown, down.
Strong rebound and finish by number 12. Brown on the play.
42-23. Avent to Walters, less than a minute remaining here in the first half. Boy, this has been up-tempo and very intense. Centennial of Las Vegas against Sac. Avent, another miss from 3-ball range, breaking out on the rebound. Here's Walker, down. 30 seconds to go. 44-23, here's a takeaway. At the other end, Isbell's layup is blocked. Rebound yanked by Walters. Here she comes. And knocks down the defender. That's a charge. Excellent defense by Jade Thomas. Second foul on Walters. 15 plus left here in the second quarter. Isbell sits down, coming on sophomore Taylor Bigby. Inbound lob to Walker. Plenty of time, 12 seconds. Behind the back steal, here's Walters. Blocked, but they're gonna call it travel on Walters. Wow. That was terrific defense by both players. First, the blindside steal by Walters, and here she's gonna come right at you. Watch this block by Walker. Outstanding. Inbound, there it is, it's Phillips. 5 seconds left, stop and go. Take it to the foul line, jump shot, short, and that is a buzzer ending the first half, and what a first half it was, especially for visiting Centennial of Las Vegas, with now a 44-23 lead after the first 16 minutes of play. And boy, oh boy, this high-powered team that's ranked 5th nationally is no joke, and their standout sophomore, number 4, Taylor Bigby, is no joke, as they have both had dynamic performances. Well, as always, Lauren Goodman interviews the coaches during our halftime intermission, and she is standing by at floor level with our distinguished Centennial head coach.
Coach, you guys came out really fast and up-tempo, but there was a lot of fouls in the first half. Can you kind of talk about your conversation with the refs and then your conversation relaying over to your players?
Well, we stress ourselves on a lot of defense. We work really hard on it. We understand the rules within the guidelines of playing aggressive defense, and we just, we feel like we have established a lot of good legal guarding positions, but I seem to feel like with them, every contact is a foul, and that's not necessarily true when you're playing basketball.
Coach, any adjustments that you feel like your team needs to make with the fouls being called the way they are being going right now, and even with your success, what type of adjustment do you see your team needs to make?
Well, I think we're still leaving a lot of points out there on the floor that we need to finish on. I mean, there's some opportunities that we need to just finish on where there is no contact, and that's going to be my focus to them. We don't worry about, other teams or officials. Like, we know that it's going to be a physical game with other teams when they play us, but we got to finish our own stuff.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Will?
Thank you, Lauren. It is always interesting to hear the coaches' comments, particularly the comments of a head coach from an elite ball club like the Centennial Bulldogs. And though they lead it 44-23, that's a pretty healthy cushion. And their scoring is way up. She felt that they could have done even more. But as always, the officials are criticized generally, and a lot of the frustration attributed to officials' calls. Let's take a timeout here, and when we return, we'll have more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things.
2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks.
Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator.
My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school.
Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls, second.
Are you orange?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
It's halftime here at Sacramento High's Dave Hotel Pavilion in this non-league battle, visiting Centennial of Las Vegas on top 44-23 over host Sacramento. And Lauren Goodman is standing by with Sacramento High School's vaunted athletic director, Greg Norris. Lauren?
Well, I'm here with Greg Norris, AD at Sac High. Other than basketball right now, what's going on for the Dragons?
Well, a lot of basketball these days, but we got girls soccer, boys soccer as well. Having fun with that. The weather's been tough on us, but we're still out there competing.
Now, everybody's probably wondering, how do you schedule a game against the number 5 team in the nation, Coach? How does this all get set up?
Yeah, well, we love competition. The Cal has been an awesome upgrade for us in competition with all of our sports, but we're always looking for a challenge. Michelle does a really good job of scheduling other games, not in the Cal, to just keep us on our toes.
Now, you talked about the Cal. How much has that been an adjustment for Sac High overall? They've been in the Metro for a while, and they've been in the Cal before, but now coming into this new Cal, how do you feel about the adjustment?
We really like it. It's been a challenge for us, but it's been a really good challenge. We're up to that challenge, and we enjoy the competition. It's been great.
Awesome. So, Coach, when you guys are talking about making those adjustments, how has your overall programs developed? I know you guys are in baseball now, and soccer's developing and growing, but how do you get your other sports to the level as so basketball and football?
Yeah, we got to keep working. We got to keep competing. We got to, keep positive as well, because we are taking our bumps outside of basketball and football. So just remaining positive. Our coaches have been awesome doing that, and we just got to continue to do so.
Coach, and I got to talk to Coach Masari earlier in the week, and we saw her at a Cal game, and she talked about the change in development. I know you've been here with her. How much have you seen her grow and develop it with the program?
I've seen her grow a lot. She's matured a lot. She has a great relationship with her athletes and with other students on campus. So a lot of respect there, and it's been really fun maturing with her as well. And yeah, just look for more positive things to come.
Coach, as she's grown here for the last 11 years, they've also had multiple Division I athletes. This year they have 3 on the team. How big is that just for the school and the community?
Yeah, it's great. I think, you know, this school and the community deserves it. They work really hard. The kids work hard. The coaches work hard. The teachers work hard. So as you know, it takes a village, and we want to continue that tradition and move forward.
Thank you so much, Greg. Will?
Thank you, Lauren. Greg Norris does a great job directing athletics here at Sacramento High School, and always a wonderful job accommodating us with excellent broadcast arrangements. Stay with us. We're going to come right back, and just ahead, second half action on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
It's not my first time bartending, so.
It's a sausage party in here.
It's fine. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing,
Yeah.
is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud in here. So your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you. So you may want to.
What?
We are concluding the intermission here at Sacramento High School's Dave Hotel Pavilion at the half, visiting Centennial of Las Vegas, up big 44-23. Not a surprise considering they are the nation's 5th-ranked girls basketball team. And we should see more spirited action in the second half. And we'll see how much comeback ability the Dragons have here at home on their familiar floor here. It's been a good crowd turnout tonight as we see Lauren Goodman readying for a quick interview with head coach Michelle Masari of the Sac High Dragons. Let's toss it down to floor level. Hi, Lauren.
Coach, well, you maximized all that time on the halftime and talking to your team. What was that conversation like?
Just to not be afraid, and then they kind of punked us, so we're trying to get back into that. We also got to do what we do, and we kind of started like pressing so much because we don't want to lose that we started kind of getting out of our character, things that we're not used to. So it's a big crowd, TV, and I see that, but then we can't just suck into what they want, which is do what we don't do, and they'll get us, and that's not what we're trying to do. So we just did some game planning, but more some heart check.
Coach, what's the first thing that your team needs to do coming out in this third?
We need to play defense.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Will?
Underway now in the third quarter, and intensified defensive pressure on the perimeter by Sac High. And Coach Karen White does not like what she sees of the Bulldogs and calls a quick timeout. It's a 30, and she'll be making some halftime, some more adjustments coming off the halftime now. 44-23. That was a quick timeout by Coach White, but she wanted to put an end to whatever it was she saw that did not meet with her approval. So Isbell will inbound for the Bulldogs, baseline right. And I believe we're ready to go. A high lob into Phillips. Defended by Gomez. Isbell now resets, 10 on the shot clock. Lob to Walker, turn, kick out. Isbell down. 3 ball. So right away, Centennial extends their lead and extends the pressure here. Here's Walters working on the smaller Isbell. Foul line jumper, banks off, no good. Tapped by Phillips, grabbed by Walters, feed low, bobbled by Gomez, and she regathers and kicks out.
And you see the entire Dragon bench up because they wanted a foul on that last Walters shot.
Gomez, flat foot jumper off target, left it short. Full speed, Walker right down Broadway, down! Well, I don't know who was guarding the front door, or supposed to be. 49-23. A steal and a layup by Isbell off the inbound. Wow!
Can't happen. That can't happen. And good adjustment by Isbell, knowing that it was coming, anticipating it, and then grabbing it instead of kicking it off and getting a layup.
Let's take another look at that effort.
Anticipation. She grabs it, and then she goes right into the reverse layup.
Now, we saw that in the first half when Walters tried to slam it off the leg. It worked about 40 minutes ago, but not that time.
And I love the intensity after the make, just to clap in Walters' face. I know they're having a heated point guard battle right now, but way to be enthused about a bucket.
It is heated. Isbell with a quick 5 to open the third quarter for Centennial. She's now got 11 in the game. Individual scoring in that first half. 7 for Thomas, 7 for Phillips, 9 for Walker, 9 for Bigby, 6 for Brown. For Sac High, 8 each for Walters and Avent, and not much more to go around. Inbound nearly picked. Tapped away from behind by Phillips, but out of bounds to Sac.
And you talk about wanting a balanced attack. Coach White just has it completely even across the board.
Avent to Walters. Lobs back out on top. Loose ball picked up by Phillips, another Sac turnover. Ahead to Walker, 2 and 2, take it strong, a layup, down!
Walker takes it inside for 2.
So far it's been Walker and Isbell for Centennial scoring. They've got 9 points. A runner missed by Mathis. Rebound yanked down by sophomore sensation Taylor Bigby.
Oh, and she's a sensation, Will.
Walker's hungry, take it among 3 Dragons and draw a foul.
And I feel like Coach White's had a very productive conversation in the locker room because Centennial was playing on another level. They've picked it up. And if you're watching or you're just tuning in, you're probably wondering and looking at the score, how could they pick it up more? But they're playing efficient and they're playing effective right now as you see Walker knock down the free throws.
Rainwater called for the foul. And you say she knocked down the free throw in the first half, 13 out of 14 from the line for Centennial. There you see 2 out of 2 for Walker. Again, full court pressure deployed. Avent working on Walker. Drive it, bank shot missed, and she's knocked down hard for a foul.
And they're getting opportunities like that because Avent has the ability to put the ball on the floor and get shifty, as they call it. But there has to be a drive, if I don't have it, kick, or handoff to get it to your other player who's just as dynamic, Walters.
Avent a free throw, 4 fouls now on Taylor Bigby. And that's the first point of the half for the Dragons. After 11 straight by the Bulldogs. 55-25, the 55-23 lead was the largest of the evening. Dragons trying to creep back. They need to hit every free throw from here on out.
And now you see the Dragons taking the pressure off from the man-to-man, extended to now a 3-2. And this could be a really good move for the Dragons. They just have to stay in tight and rotate.
Walker kicks it out. Jumper missed. Walters with the rebound. Lead pass, a little off target. And a trap in the corner there on Sanaya Moore, but she gets it out. Avent splits 2 defenders and draws a foul.
They have to go with the attack with the intention to get to the basket. Coach White talks about their defense, but the fouls right now are going to Sac High's advantage. They need to go to the basket to create contact, and so they can get these fouls back up like they did in the first quarter.
Sac High with the rock early here in the third at the 5:13 mark. Walters backing out and looks over the floor. Jump shot on the way, down. Well, Sacramento High's top player has another bucket, 55-27. Here's Isbell. A drive, a layup, missed by Puma Pat. Rebound, Dragons, Avent drives it and lays it home.
And now that's 2 stops in a row, 2 consecutive baskets. The Dragons are now pulling on a run. They have to get a stop right here.
They pull within 55-29 after getting shelled early in the quarter on an 11-0 burst to open. Into the post. Here's Phillips working on Avent. Dump it to Walker. Easy money.
Top of the zone. Got to dump down when the bottom is on the baseline side. No help, and then Walker gets an easy layup.
Avent's feeling it. Throws up a wild shot off the glass. A rebound and a foul on Walker. Nice effort there. Turned in by Durlantis.
And Coach White's is coming out of the jacket right now. She does not look happy on that foul. Now that would be the second Bulldog with 4 fouls.
Let's see, I'm mistaken on that. It's 3 on Walker, 4 on Phillips, 4 on Bigby.
And momentum right now is going to Coach Masari and the Dragons. They need to buckle down and play together and play sharper. They need to clean it up and make free throws as they miss one right there.
0 for 2 for Durlantis. So that's what we're talking about. They need to hit every single free throw to get back in this. Cross court. Swinging around. Good ball movement. Split the D. Isbell. Shut down there by Walters. We're on the flip side of quarter number 3 at the 3:45 mark. Good patience shown by the Bulldogs. Phillips a kick out. Jay Thomas.
3-2's been effective. Good switch, Coach Masari. And now you see the shot clock violation. Good defense by the Dragons. Good call by Coach, making the adjustment and slowing Centennial down, and now they get a turnover.
Unofficially on my card, just the 7th turnover on Centennial against 19 on Sac. Baseline inbound from Walters. Tries the same thing again, and they lost.
Why?
Are they going to call a kick on that? Oh.
Sacramento High School needs to screen right now to get open on their press. They're relying too much on their athletic ability to sprint and get open and use their speed. That's not working right now. They need to set a solid screen for each other so they can get open.
Avent inbounds it. It goes to Walters, who's tried that inbound scenario 3 times and no go on 2 of them.
Swing back to Walters so she can create as Centennial stays in the man-to-man.
Off balance runner missed, 1 and done. Rebound pulled by Brown. 3:15 to go. Third quarter, 57-29. Centennial into the post. Brown back to Phillips, back to Brown. Layup missed, but a foul inside.
Now, Will, my eyes aren't always the best, but that's the 3rd time Centennial's run the same play, and there hasn't been an adjustment. Sac High can get an easy steal from the top rotation or even the low rotation, but they haven't recognized what Centennial is running.
Brown hits the first free throw after the foul on Durlantis. Second team foul on the Dragons. Bulldogs have 3.
And this Dragon bench is full of young talent.
Yes, they are. 2 out of tune for Aisha Brown, 59-29. Avent's inbound is picked. Feed the post. Here's Phillips. Oh, yes. Another steal on the inbound. What hustle by the Bulldogs.
Whoa, I think that might be 4 or 5 on Phillips.
On Phillips, that's going to be number 4.
And I know she doesn't want that foul on the out-of-bounds inch.
Dragons have had significant trouble on their inbounding.
But I'm going to reiterate this again. They're not screening for each other. If you watch on this inbound, Isabel is taking a step back, so she's anticipating screen coming, and they have not set a solid screen on her so Walters can run and go.
Avent lob, well defended, but Walters, with her better size, able to control that.
And we need a clear out right now. Walters has a space to create.
Here's Avent from deep range, another clunker. Up the floor, Isabel to Walker. Avent with the hard foul.
And you see this crowd goes crazy. Not that big, but very feisty and mighty as they cheer the Dragons on. We're going to see the replay on that on the contact. Let's see what the fans are mad about. Yeah, easy call. Easy call on the swipe. I know she tried to go get that with some tenacity, but good use of the body by Walker.
That free throw spins out. A rare miss tonight from the foul line for the Bulldogs. Just their second in 19 attempts. Second free throw is perfect. 1 out of 2 for Walker. 62-29. Samoya Mathis into the front court now. Substitution for Centennial. On the court now, Malone. Long 3 missed by Avent. Here come the Bulldogs. Dump it low. Walker misses the chippy. Rebound bobbled by Brown. Gathered. And a breakup as 2 Bulldogs collide hard. Isbell running into Malone. And the Dragons catch a break there. Good hustle, however, and Coach White up off that Centennial bench to applaud.
Those are 2 little bodies that ran into that collision right there pretty hard. Hope both players are all right.
Avent inbounds. Samoya Mathis back to Avent. Has not been on target with her 3-ball shooting tonight. Has 1 for about 8 from out there. Nice move by Walters. Bank shot high and a miss. Brown, a tough rebound between 3 Dragons. Loose ball scramble. Possession to Zach.
That was a good setup. Walters very crafty with the handle, leaving Isabel on the backside, but she couldn't finish it. But that was the first play tonight where she's had an opportunity to attack the basket with nobody in her way.
She inbounds, near deflection. Here's Avent, whistle, and the runner is good. Are they going to count it?
Continuation.
That's right, continuation. This is the NBA, the Neighborhood Basketball Association.
That was a little extension. I thought the bump was low, but I like it. Avent is up, fiery, ready to get these free throws.
Steady, shoot, and make. 3-point play, a big one for Sakai. And it pulls the Dragons within 62-32. Whistle and a foul on Walters. That's her 3rd. Non-shooting. Both clubs have 14 fouls here with just a little over a minute and a half remaining in the 3rd.
And she's such a special kid. She goes out and says, "I'm Gordon Walker." She's fired up at every play. And Coach White's is intense right now. I think that was her first time out. She actually tried to call and she couldn't get it.
Let's get a camera shot on that Centennial bench. She is heated. And
you gotta love the passion though.
There it is there.
You gotta love the passion. She's taking the track jacket off, and now she's in the short sleeve dry fit, ready for any type of situation. And she is a good teacher and an influencer, as you see her on the floor talking to her team and instructing them on what she wants.
They gave her a full timeout, and she only took 20 of the 60 seconds. So I think they got the point pretty fast.
It doesn't take long to get the point from her. She's very clear and precise about her expectations, and sometimes that leads to your team's success.
That was very precise chewing. 62-32. Sac High Dragons trying to fight their way back against the nation's number 5 rated team. Not an easy chore.
And the Dragons just got to keep playing and having fun like they're doing right now. Be fiery, be excited about every play, because that's why you play basketball, not about the score.
Inbound from Puma Fat. Comes in to Hatcher. High post lob. Brown, a whirling hook, missed, and a rebounding foul called. Apparently against the Dragons. Are they going to call Walters on this?
Well, that's what we didn't want to see. Picking up her 4th. She's going to have to come out. As you see her right there talking to Coach Masari. And we're getting a sub in right now. You got to get her out. But she's playing intense, and those 4 fouls aren't from lackadaisical effort.
Rebecca Brown in to replace her, the mini guard. And here's the takeaway as they stripped it away. Pass break. Great D by Malone, and it results in a held ball on the A-Vent drive.
Malone played extremely good defense right there on way to get the ball and just grab it with no contact and then create the jump.
That possession arrow seems to be locked into one position. It'll be Sonoya Mathis to inbound for the Dragons, baseline left. Here's a late sub allowed for Centennial. Phillips for Walker. 1:17 left here in the third. High lob comes out. A-Vent. Here comes a shot. A miss. Rebound battle. A-Vent gets it back. Bank shot missed. Gets it back again. Third shot down.
That was good hustle right there by A-Vent, going for it for 3 attempts and not giving up on the play.
Bad pass. Here's a turnover. Sonoya Mathis down.
Mathis getting the bucket right on time for the Dragons, and now they're playing with a little pep on their step. 2 runs right there consecutively for the Dragons.
Malone with 40 seconds to go gets it to Phillips. (62-36), 30 seconds to go. Phillips misses inside. Rebound Brown, misses the follow. A-Vent's got the rock. 25 seconds left here in the third. Rebecca Brown fires away. Air ball short. Lead pass too long for Phillips, who was wide open. Nobody had the back door covered, but turnover Centennial.
That was 2 plays. You see Coach White's making an immediate switch. 3 coming in for the Bulldogs. That was 2 possessions both teams needed back.
So A-Vent to inbound. Defending at the end line is Walker. Sonoya Mathis up the floor. Defended by Hatcher. 6 seconds. Runner, and a whistle and a foul. And they're gonna clip Hatcher. Coach Karen White.
Coach Karen White is a character and very passionate about the game. You can't complain, but the Dragons falling short on that last free throw. How many missed free throws do they have tonight?
Many.
It's just they got to do better. They're at home. You got to make these easy buckets when the clock is not moving.
1 out of 2. 62-37. Walker's got the inbound, fires away, short, and there is a buzzer ending the third, and continued domination by Centennial of Las Vegas, 62-37. We'll be back for a 4th quarter action right after this timeout.
Selfie. Nailed it.
We open fourth quarter action here from Sacramento High School's Dave Hotel Pavilion with Lauren Goodman. I'm Will James, and this is Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. We have been treated to a ball game that features the 5th-ranked team in the country, the Centennial Bulldogs of Las Vegas, against powerful Sac High. Walker inside, a miss on the bank. Tap long, Bent cannot save it. Possession to the Bulldogs.
And it's unfortunate for the Dragons. They made an adjustment again, going back to the 3-2. I like when the calls are coming from Coach Massari and making an adjustment. As you see now, they're switching to the man-to-man. They just wanted to get that possession back.
Isbell lobs in. Tough, solid customer there, mini guard. Isbell drives it. And it's going to be a charge.
Charge all day, was there in the right spot at the right time, and way to take the charge when they needed it from Mallory.
6th-team foul on the Bulldogs, first personal on Isbell. Not bad for a scrappy guard in on the thick of things. Lose the rock, Bent picked up by Walker, full speed layup, sweetly laid home.
Ooh, and Walker tried to go get the rim on that last layup.
At the other end, a block and a grab by Walker. Nice D there by Brown with the rejection. Down the slot, whistle and a foul as Walker split Bent and the late arriving Jaden Mallory.
And Walters is taking a lot of hits on the defensive end. She's exerting a lot of energy on defense and giving it her all. And that was a hard fall on the last one.
First foul on Mallory. Inbound, baseline left. Big B gets it into Isbell. Feed low. Big B left-hand shot blocked by Bent. She grabs it and starts in transition, but slows up now. We've played a minute here in the fourth. Dragons have a high mountain to climb. Walters blocked out of there by Big B. Bent fires away from deep range, misses another 3-ball.
And I haven't really seen any consecutive threes except her first 3 in the first quarter or first half that they've hit. So they haven't had the 3 balls going tonight. 1 for 11 just from the field.
Baseline right, inbounding for Centennial. Isbell to Phillips. That was way too easy. My word. Walters cautiously up the floor against Isbell. We've played a minute and a half here in the fourth. Feed the cutter, nicely done, but the reverse layup missed. Here comes Big B, full speed, 2-on-4, corner jumper Isbell, air ball missed. Rebecca Brown.
And I want to see some offensive flow and continuity from the Dragons.
Walters splits him. Draws a foul.
And right now, there's always a show within the show. And Walters and Isbell been going at it word for word for the last few plays. So let's watch that matchup going into the fourth, see how spicy it can get.
Second foul on Isbell.
And I think there was a technical call.
I do too. They cleared the floor at the foul line area. There must have been a little extra lip service. Coach Massari there.
Kind of confused on how the order of the free throws go. I think it's going to 1-and-1 first. So that's how you see Walters shooting. And then you see, after these free throws, we'll see the technical free throws, which I didn't even see the technical be called. That's why you see Coach White's right now at half court, on the court, talking to the officials.
So here's Avent now. Drops that one. One out of two.
Coach White, I think she called a timeout just to talk to the ref or the official that called the technical.
Yes, she did, and she wants a full explanation. If we can pick her up at midcourt with hands on hips, speaking to both of our game officials. Karen White's in her 15th year, has quite a one-loss record that translates also into 6 state championships.
6.
Hey, there's the Sac High cheerleaders.
And it's the cheerleaders, and there's 2 gentlemen in purple jackets. They've been cheering this entire game, keeping the spirit lively, every bucket that the Dragons make. And sometimes that's what you just need in high school, some good support, fans that can cheer for your highlights rather than what's going on in the game.
Well, I still haven't heard my favorite cheer from the Lady Dragons.
I don't think I've seen a travel by Centennial tonight.
You could be right. Maybe one of them slipped in there. Okay, Avent to inbound to Walters. 6-minute mark, still early fourth, but a 26-point deficit facing the Lady Dragons.
And now we see somebody new for Centennial guarding Walters, and she's clearing this thing out, and she's about to get spicy maybe, or they're going to execute the play.
9 on the shot clock. And a brush foul on the way by, called against number 23.
And I can't
and
help
that's
but
McMorris.
chuckle at Coach White. She is very serious about her defense, what she expects from it, what it should look like, and she is on these refs every foul call. Not sometimes, every call.
Walters with her 3rd consecutive free throw will have a chance for another, and duplicates. 66-42. Walker to the cutter and a kick out. Thomas, high post to Phillips, stripped away and stolen on the run. Lead pass for Walters. Stop, bank it home.
That's why she's special. She can run the floor, she can create, she can get a bucket when they need it.
A breakup. Good hustle by Rebecca Brown. Out of bounds to the Bulldogs, 5:07.
And I like the effort from the Dragons. They're still playing, they're still fighting, they're still continuing to play hard.
Into the post, Walker, oh yes.
Just an easy height advantage for her, gives her the easy right-hand layup.
Walters. Outside gunning, a miss there, Zenorio Mathis. Here's a lead. Big B has the speed and lays it home sweet.
A right-hand player, she loves going left, and she has a nice soft finish when she goes left.
Other end, a layup missed by Avent. Down the slot, stop. A miss there by Thomas. Wasn't a foul against Centennial.
And tonight it's been all Walters or Avent, not really any other collective help since the first quarter. And they need a lot more support if they want to be successful in rebounding from tonight's game.
Avent with 18. Walters with 16. Free throw good. Samaya Mathis drops the front. 4:25 as we near midway fourth. 2 out of 2 from there. 70-46. A breakup and a whistle and a foul as Avent and Bigby scuffled for it. And Bigby's going to foul out of the ball game here.
And I know Coach is just, again, Coach White's right on the side of the umpire, official.
This has been a real entertainment scenario here. If we can get a shot at midcourt in front of the scoring table, Coach Karen White always has her full say.
She called a timeout?
Yes.
Just to get on the rest. And I understand, I have to be heartfelt with her, because when you are trying to coach a game and you're trying to teach a philosophy, as you see her assistant coach trying to pull her back down, you're frustrated when you see things not in the way that they're going for you. And the fouls, I don't know if it's the physicality from Centennial or they're just elite presence, but the refs are calling the fouls.
Yeah.
And it's really throwing them off the course of what they normally do.
70-48 after Avent hits a pair of free throws. Isbell back into the ball game, handling the rock at the 4:05 mark, midway fourth. Walker to Isbell.
And they're back in the 3-2. Walters needs to play smart right now. She has 4 fouls.
Phillips a miss. Oh my word. Isbell misses the follow, but Walker does not. Here's Avent, lock and load. Down the slot, high miss off the glass, rebound, tough by Phillips.
Possession arrow back to the Dragons.
Hard to believe. Here's the replay for you though, because Walker's been all over the court tonight. So inbound will come from Avent. Walters, deep J, a miss. Walker rebounds. 3:20 to go. As a reminder, Lauren Goodman will be interviewing our players of the game in our post-game segment. So that'll be good stuff too. Isbell, corner rebound, yanked down there by Jade Thomas. 3-minute mark. Bobble, gather, layup, good, and a foul. Phillips, tough there.
And one bucket, easy for Phillips. She's going back to the line.
$18 of 20 from the foul line this evening by Centennial.
It's pretty impressive.
Oh, brother, is it?
And now Coach White's is going down into her bench, making some rotations now with some new faces.
75-48 on the three-point play. Walters will inbound along the baseline at the 2:50 mark. Inside, Avent has the layup.
And that was a good way to work, getting the spin to go in for the layup.
Here's Phillips, badgered by Avent. On top to Isbell.
And just a little punch-out foul by Avent.
So 2:18 left in this one. Malia Hunter at the stripe for Centennial. Boy, that free throw shooting has been just tremendous for the Bulldogs.
It's been an added bonus when you make almost 20 points from the free throw line. And I think right now we have rotations from the Dragons as well, and we're going to get to see this freshman.
1 out of 2. Avent taps it out, but the ball's going to go to Sac High.
Ooh, with the block for the recovery.
Walters feeds low, and the freshman bobbles it away. Turnover Sac. Up the floor is Bell at the 2-minute mark. Feed low, layup down. Cashed in sweetly by Malia Hunter. 78-50. Tapped away and stolen by Phillips as she took it from Avent. 1-on-1 on Walters. Driving layup, missed. Walters with the rock, 1.5 minutes to go.
And now we probably will see some spectacular plays tonight, right now, from Walters.
3-ball missed.
That wasn't a good start.
Hunter gets it on the point to Isbell with 1.9 minutes to go. Kick ball by Walters. Inbound there goes to Hunter. Now Isbell, runner missed. She scraps for the rebound, takes it away from the 6'1" freshman, misses the follow, but a follow-up on the offside glass is cashed in by Miller. At the other end, a steal and an Isbell layup. Avent's layup is blocked. Good hustle, but it's going to be a foul against the Bulldogs. Called against Ibarra, her first. So Avent to the stripe, where she's made a living up there in the second half. 39 seconds left, 82-50. No good on number 1. This has been quite an intense battle despite the large margin of the lead here. 1 out of 2 for Avent. Lots of intense play. Again, Centennial ranked number 5 in the country. Coming into Sac High tonight, this will be the 3rd time the teams have met. Centennial has won them all. Isbell, zigzag move, a runner, sweetly laid home. Melanie Isbell. Layup missed, follow-up missed. Rebounded by Centennial with 12 seconds. Isbell up the floor, looks to the bench. And this one will be counted down and finished. This one is in the book, and it will go down as an 84-51 victory for the Centennial Bulldogs of Las Vegas. Again, putting on quite a show with a very exciting and deep array of talent here under head coach Karen White. in her 15th season, author of 6 state championships. Stick around. When we return in a couple, we'll have our post-game segment, and Lauren Goodman will be visiting with our players of the game and perhaps our winning coach. We'll be right back.
Maria, so how's work?
It was 4th period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bella and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool. Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
The verdict is in, and the decision is final this evening here in Oak Park at Sacramento High School's Dave Hotel Pavilion in a non-league battle. The visiting powerhouse Centennial Bulldogs of Las Vegas stop host Sacramento High School by a final count of 84-51 in a very intense game, up-tempo, high speed, lots of battling and fury, but just too many Bulldogs at a very high level of talent to allow Centennial to prevail this evening. Lots of heroics on both sides, but we have selected our players of the game, and I think we definitely have a couple of excellent choices here for the visiting Centennial Bulldogs, the number 5 rated team in the country. Ebony Walker, 24 points tonight, a real board crasher in the rebounding department as well. And for Sacramento High School, their standout guard, senior leader, Ryan Walters with a 16-point performance. And Lauren Goodman is standing by at floor level with our players of the game. Lauren?
Well, Will, I get to talk to 2 amazing players tonight. First, for the home Sac High Dragons, Walters, you dominated on defense tonight. What were you seeing on the floor that was giving you the ability to take those charges and get those blocks?
I really just wanted to help my team get back into the game, hype them up, and I just take one for the team every game.
Now, you left it all on the floor, and you had a lot of energy. As a senior, how much are your younger players looking at you?
They really depend on me to lead them on the floor, so that's what I just do.
Now you're going D1, and you also, congratulations on the All-American nomination this week. How important, or what does it take to get to that level? You're a senior now, and it's been 4 years of work. How much did it take to get there?
It took a lot, actually. I didn't really get like the opportunities I wanted to, but I just took advantage of what I did get.
How happy are you with the Santa Barbara sign?
I'm very grateful.
Well, good luck on the rest of the season. Now, for the visitors, Bulldogs, I'm here with Walker, Ebony Walker. And what was the game plan coming into tonight?
It was just to play our game. We know that they're a tough team and they're real aggressive and they know how to shoot and stuff like that. So it was just to come and be aggressive and play our game.
Now, you led your team with 24 points tonight, owned on the rebound side. What were you seeing for your team?
I'm just trying to play on my team. I wasn't focusing on myself, so I was rebounding, I was passing. I wasn't really focused on myself. It was more like a team game. So.
Now, Coach talked about you guys traveling down today, and how much of that did that weigh on your team, and what was your level's focus coming in?
We don't travel to lose, so we sit on the plane for hours and we drive here for hours. We stay in the hotel. Like, we don't come to lose. We're here for strictly business. So a lot of people are like, oh, you go to all these nice places. Like, no, we're going for strictly business. So we make sure that we handle what we have coming to us. So.
Now, how much hard work does it take for you and your team to put in to be #1 in the state for Nevada and then #5 in the nation?
It's 110% every day. There's no days off. Like we maybe have Sunday off or whatever, but there's no days off. Like we have weights, we have hard practices, so we just go hard every day.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Ebony. Now, for Coach leading this team, you're so intense, Coach, and so passionate. How does that roll over to your players' performance?
Well, I do expect perfection. There's no doubt about that. But, we put in so much time year-round with these ladies, and we do expect a lot of them. So sometimes when they perform to where I don't think they can be, it's frustrating. But they're a great group of girls. They love to compete every day, and they just love to, make these trips and get the competition that we had tonight.
Coach, now what's the thought process going into getting the 3-row California games? I know a lot of teams don't usually travel, but when you're on this type of level, you got to put some thought process into your game calculation.
We do, and it's really tough. But like you said, we talk to the girls. We try to keep them focused. We try to have the seriousness day in and day out. Even when we go back, we'll get something to eat. We'll be on our phones a little bit, then we'll put those away, get some laundry done, and get to bed and get ready for tomorrow night.
It seems like a well-oiled machine all the way from the top, Coach. Talk about how good, or is it how much of a benefit to you to have the structure in your system down packed?
Well, once again, it helps when you can have the kids year-round. And we've had a lot of these kids since they were little. We've had, a lot of our programs, since some of them were in the 4th and 5th grade. So, that system that we've developed, it's about coming to an end. We're all about ready to retire. But like you said, if you can have that discipline instilled in these kids and they know what to expect, and we don't waver much from our rules and what we have that we do as a team, it helps.
Coach, how do you help your team stay focused on your end goal? Obviously, every coach has an end goal, or you have team goals, but how do you keep them focused even though they're having so much success?
Once again, I think it's the seriousness of what our program brings, and I'm just going to compliment our bench people and the people that don't get in sometimes, because day in and day out, those are the ones that those kids get to practice again, and they're pretty darn good. So it's not like our practices, definitely go without intensity. They're intense, and they are all competitive every day, and I think that helps us too.
Well, thank you so much, Coach, for talking to me. Travel safe, and good luck on your next game.
Thank you.
Will.
Thank you very much, Lauren. Well, Coach Karen White's has quite a program, and as she emphasized more than once, having the kids as a group year-round is a tremendous asset, and they have made the most of it, notwithstanding having a very talented roster comprised of star power up and down. And for head coach Michelle Massari of the Dragons, undoubtedly, in my mind, this will be the best team that they face the entire season, I would imagine, and competition in tonight's game certainly will help make them a better ball club. Playing against a Centennial team, the Dragons certainly pushed up their stock in having to contend with a team as deep and as talented as the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs are very well coached, and they are a deep team with a lot of potential. Like she talked about on the end, you don't become a good team without having the ability to have practice players that are just as good. And you got to think, like she talked about, these kids are practicing every night against top-ranked players, so they have to have some depth, and it's coming to see payoff right now.
And for those who may have joined the telecast in progress, make no mistake about it, this ball game is beneficial to Sacramento High School. After all, Centennial did come in. I mean, they were 16-1, number 1 in the state of Nevada, number 5 in the country. And Coach Masari's ball club went up against its, most likely its stiffest opponent. And certainly there's going to be dividends from that for the Lady Dragons.
I agree. And it started back all the way in the TLC, and they played against each other and building relationships. That's something that Coach Masari is really well at, probably one of the best in the city. And so then you get opportunities to play against ranked teams, nationally ranked teams, and get exposure. When you're about sending your kids to the next level, then you want to have games like this. Win, lose, or draw, it was definitely a benefit to the Dragons.
A quick rundown of individual stats in the scoring column for visiting Centennial. They received 24 points from their player of the game, Ebony Walker. They got 14 more from Phillips, 11 from the sophomore Bigby. They got 15 quiet, underrated points from their point guard, Isbell, just as steady as can be. 7 more from Thomas, 8 for Brown, and a couple others chipped in with a bucket or 2 along the way. And for Sac High, 23 from Avent, though her 3-ball wasn't going tonight. She cleaned up, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 free throws out of the 23 points. So she made her mark at the foul line. They did get another 8 from Samoya Mathis and 6 off the bench from Sanaya Moore. So good things happening there for Sac High too. Michelle Masari very high on her younger players.
She is. They are depth, and they're long, and they have a bright future. I don't think people remember these kids that we're talking about now have been in this program for 4 years, and they've grown and developed. And now it's going to be a new regime and new guidance coming in after this year. But they have tremendous amount of leadership in Walters and the surrounding players around her. So Coach Masari is in good hands.
That she is. And one more comment, and then we're going to tell you what's coming up next. And your interview with Walker, I liked it very much because it's clear with her comments that Coach White's really wants them to toe the line, in that quote that she repeated a couple of times. They're here strictly for business and not allowing outside elements to distract them. Strictly business, and they played Mr. Business very well tonight with their 84-51 victory. Now, coming up with a short turnaround, a quick turnaround for the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Access Sacramento's crew will be out in Elk Grove, and it will be Delta League action as the St. Francis Troubadours will visit the Casumnas Oaks Wolfpack in another ladies ball game. That one will be intensified as well. They're both in the hunt for a league title, particularly Casumnas Oaks. They're going to try to defend their home hardwood against those visitors.
That's going to be a really good Delta League matchup. We already know the intensity level that the Delta brings, but this matchup is going to be crucial. And we have 2 new coaches that we're going to get to debut, should I say. So, looks good.
Philip Roth with Casumnas Oaks and Coach Brownholtz with St. Francis. And again, that's on Tuesday, not our usual Friday showing of Game of the Week. It's on Tuesday, so that'll be coming at you quicker than usual. So that's the way it shakes out here tonight at Sacramento High's Dave Hotel Pavilion, visiting Centennial, prevailing in a big way with an 84-51 decision over Sacramento High School. For Lauren Goodman and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, our A-team, can't say enough good things about them. They brought it your way, and I know you enjoyed it. I'm Will James. We urge you to join us for the next edition of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week coming up on Tuesday. That being said, from Oak Park and Sacramento High School's Dave Hotel Pavilion, I'm Will James. So long, everyone.
from Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.